This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
This isn't about the dead, it's about the living. It's about my mother. It's about my sister. It's about my wife. It's about the 14 years it took me to go from undesirable to un-goddamn deniable.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
I'll always light the way, and all you have to do is let me in.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the BrokenInfinite.com, Podoman.com, YouTube, and wherever else you may find this fine audio recording it live here on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. Talking about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and independent scene. Are you ready to see Osaka Joe Hall get nuked by two dudes trying to murder each other? I know I am. My name's Matty Jay, that is
Matty?
TWK.
Maybe don't use Japan and nuke in the same sentence.
Yeah. I'm gonna pay for that later. I know. Yeah.
I was going to do a real funny thing, but then you just made it uncomfortable. Good job. Anyways, I'm TWK, TWK Reviews, here to entertain you. So let's just move on from that and on to our show.
Yeah, let's do that. I will just say that right now. I apologize. That was bad. But let's be honest. There will not be much left of the building after Moxley and Minoru Suzuki tear it apart.
Now, there is going to be mass destruction.
That there is. That was the intended purpose of the thing. Just gotta find a particular appropriate button for me real quick. Give me a minute. There you go. Yeah, that's me right now. Anyway, how you doing, T-Dub?
I'm doing quite fine. Although a bit of a long day at work, a lot of, just lots of customers and whatnot, but that's a different conversation for a different time. I'm glad to be here right now talking about one of the things I absolutely love, professional wrestling.
You know, Devin the Great has a good point. And a Simpsons reference. One of these men will die in the ring. It's a Simpsons reference. That's why I went with it. But now I've realized, oh, God. I don't want to say it might be accurate, but geez, that could be accurate. Moving on. Please. Show stuff, things. Someone gave me.
So, what's the format tonight?
You could have just daved me. Save me the trouble.
Best to move on. What is the format tonight, Matty
Well,
J?
Speaking of, we have the new beginning in Osaka. We are previewing that this evening. Obviously featuring that one match that we are going to be we're going to be in our beds or comfortable. I don't know. You're probably not going to watch it live, are you?
Probably not, no.
Well, I'm in my bedroom. I got a TV in the bedroom with the Chromecast in it. I will probably wake up and turn it on and be like, look at all this murder, grandpa, and destruction. But that's our third segment. Our first segment, we'll have your news and stuff. Of course, we don't have any emails, so we might have a Q&A with the audience. We don't know. How many people will show up? We will find out soon enough. But that being said, that's the format. We have winners and losers, as always, for you as well. Clip of the week. This one, there were a couple of good ones this week. Raw wasn't bad, per se. I know, right? SmackDown, Goldberg versus The Fiend, really? So either you're going to fuck up Goldberg again, or you're going to fuck up The Fiend again. Shit. That's not good. But we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But clip of the week comes courtesy not of AEW, though believe me, the thought was them 10 lashes and MJF trying to make Cody quit so he doesn't have to fight him. But the thing is, Johnny Gargano and Finn Balor decided to blow open the hype machine. Wide open for TakeOver next week. How did they do that? Face-to-face promo, TV, split screen thing. Take a listen. You'll understand. Take a listen.
All I've been hearing is Johnny Wrestling, Johnny TakeOver, Johnny blah, blah, blah. Well, now it's time to step up and prove it, Johnny. And everyone's going to find out that Johnny Gargano isn't the next Finn Balor.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. I'm not the next Finn Balor. I am the first and only Johnny Gargano. The first Triple Crown champion in NXT history. More TakeOver main events than anyone, including you. But you're right. I do need this match. Because I need to beat the longest reigning NXT champion of all time. To solidify.
Okay, I don't know what the heck happened. We lost connection for about 10 seconds.
All right, then that doesn't mean anything. You can just continue the clip.
You know what? I'm going to have to restart it because it started as soon as I hit the clip. That's what happened. And I apologize for the tech difficulties erasing the chat there. That's the quirks of the thing we have going. Let's try this again. What do we do from here?
Hit the clip.
Hit the clip. All right. Well, we're gonna hit the clip. We apologize for those watching the VOD at home. This will not make sense at all. And for those watching at home, you missed it. Let's try it again. This time with feeling, shall we? Let's try that again.
All I've been hearing is Johnny Wrestling, Johnny TakeOver, Johnny blah, blah, blah. Well, now it's time to step up and prove it, Johnny. And everyone's going to find out that Johnny Gargano isn't the next Finn Balor.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. I'm not the next Finn Balor. I am the first and only Johnny Gargano. The first Triple Crown champion in NXT history. More TakeOver main events than anyone, including you. But you're right. I do need this match. Because I need to beat the longest reigning NXT champion of all time. To solidify myself as the face of this brand. And that happens to be you. But let's be honest with one another, okay? You need this match just as much as I do.
I don't need this match. What do you need this match for? To have match of the year? I don't care if this match is 20 minutes or 20 seconds. I don't get paid by the hour, but I'm gonna take my time.
Right there, I see it. I see it in your eyes. That's the guy I want in Portland. That's the Finn Balor I want. That's the Finn Balor I need to beat. That's NXT Finn Balor. That's not Raw and SmackDown Finn Balor, no. That's not the guy that lost to Bobby Lashley like 17 weeks in a row on Monday Night Raw. No, that's not him. Because if that guy shows up to Portland, I swear to God, I am gonna eat him alive.
You're gonna wish that guy showed up in Portland. But that guy's dead. Long time ago. I ain't here to have match of the year. I'm here to have match of your life. The last match of your life.
You make all the threats you want. You can point your fingers and make mean faces. But in Portland, you better be ready. Because I'm gonna take that NXT flag you left behind, the flag I wave proudly, and I'm gonna drive it straight through your heart. And I don't miss.
Johnny, I don't have a heart.
Yeah, awkward cut by the end there from the YouTube clip, and yes, that was taken from YouTube, but Hey, we got an early contender for promo of the year right there.
Oh, yeah, that was absolutely excellent.
That was beautiful. Back and forth, Finn Balor trying to play mean when, at this point, even Gargano's, I know why you're back. We want your mojo. You want to be NXT Balor. Yeah, but if Raw and SmackDown Balor shows up, you're fucked. And Balor's, I don't have a heart.
Could that be hinting at the return of the demon?
I don't know if that's the answer, or at least the implication. But either way, Gargano, let's just be upfront with the card here, because we're going to preview the card next week. But main event is Cole versus Ciampa. We got Gargano and Balor. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Winner will more than likely face Charlotte Flair. That's what they seem to be building towards too.
If that isn't what they're building towards, then this week was a waste of time.
A massive one. Or a ratings grab. In that case, it didn't fucking work. There's, let's see what else. We have Kaylee Ray versus Tegan Nox, which will more than likely open the show, and that's going to be a hell of an opener. NXT Tag Team titles, Broserweights versus the Undisputed Era. Oh, and just for shits and giggles, the Velveteen Dream is back.
Don't you mean Dakota Kai versus Tegan Nox?
Dakota Kai versus Tegan Nox. Sorry about that. I get mixed up, man. My brain fucks up. You know that.
Nevertheless, this should be a fun card, but that's for next week.
That is for next week, and we're going to preview the shit out of that card next week. Let's take care of business. What do we got on the list?
First up, WWE seems to be in financial trouble as all of the revenue streams not coming from television are down, 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 down.
Okay, let's qualify this. They still made profit. They still made a shitload of money from their TV deals. But the merchandise is the only thing keeping them up. Their stock price is down. And it started last week when them two people got fired. And that's exactly what happened. They got fucking fired. Why? Because those two were, trying to do their job. And Vince's idea was, let's fuck over AEW. No, really. This is the layman's version, but that's pretty much what's going on. Barrios and the other lady wanted to from what it seems to me, like from what I'm, the vibe I'm getting from what I'm reading is they want to say, guy, listen, we gotta be profitable. We gotta let some people go because not a whole lot of people are showing up on TV. And Vince says,
this is the most bloated roster we've ever had for the company.
And they just added 2 or 3 more. So, point stands, they're trying to say, let's just let some people go. I mean, we're not using them. We're wasting money here. And Vince says, fuck AEW. Because that's exactly why he's scooping up the talent. Because they don't want them showing up and being stars like Dean Ambrose did. In Vince's head, he's always Dean Ambrose. So, there's that. But back to the point. Everything is down. The network subscriptions are down. And in that call, they did an investor call after they released their fourth quarter earnings situation. Long story short, they're thinking of selling WrestleMania, the rights to WrestleMania, the quote-unquote pay-per-view rights to WrestleMania. And the big speculation is sell them to Fox, put it on free TV. Now, if you're a subscriber to the WWE Network, my condolences, obviously, but you're looking at this, and Vince is trying to sell the rights to the one thing you pay the WWE Network for.
Yeah, because he's already taken NXT off the network, because even though it's technically on there a day later, it's like it's not exclusive to it anymore.
It was every Wednesday you got an hour of good wrestling on the WWE Network. All you have to do is pay $10.
Now, albeit there's still NXT UK, which is good, but
it's
NXT
not
was
the
like
same.
The big selling point.
Let's be honest here. With apologies to Walter and obviously his other portion of ring comp. We'll get to him in a few minutes, I'm sure. It's not the same. And don't tell me 205 Live, you don't watch the network for 205 Live, folks. Be honest. So that leaves it to the pay-per-views. And one, the big one, now you pay your $10, in our case $13.99. What do you do? If you know, the idea, a lot of people are saying, well, they're going to sell the rights, it's going to be on paper, it's going to be on this, on that only. Let's be fair, they're not going to do that bad. My guess, when it comes to the selling of rights to the big four pay-per-views, is they might sell it to, say, ESPN Plus, which has an overall reach of 7.8 million people, subscriber base. And they might do, okay, if you don't have the network, but have ESPN Plus, if you pay us an extra, $20, you will have access to WrestleMania this year. So you're not that way. You don't fuck over the people who you already have the $9.99 from. Does this make sense to you?
I guess a little bit, but I still think that if you take, at this point, after all these years of WrestleMania being on the network, if you take it off now, I think that'll, in the long term, destroy.
Oh, it's gonna hurt it in the short term, because you're saying you're gonna go for the cash grab when the long term and fuck over your long term. That does not make sense. Yes, you earn money, but the goal isn't to earn money. You know, this is going back to that college teacher who said the goal isn't to make money, it's to earn profit. And your profit ain't that big right now. Oh yeah, you make your profit with Fox and NBC Universal and Saudi goddamn Arabia, but where else? People ain't buying the t-shirts. They ain't buying the network as much as you want them to. They're not going to your live events because that shit's down too. Maybe the problem isn't with just that. But Vince wants us to make his fucking money putting shit on TV. In some cases, quite literally.
What they really need to do is just hunker down and just focus on making good television. Because that's the main reason why all the revenues are down, is because people have been tired of their bad television and bad pay-per-views for years now. Because just look at Hell in a Cell. I think that was really the tipping point for a lot of people.
What did you just say about Hell in a Cell? Just look at Hell in a Cell? Do we have to?
Yeah.
Do we have to?
Well, examine it, I guess. Examine from a distance, a very safe distance. Hazmat suit and all that.
Yeah. Good idea. But to your point, seriously, you know, this is why I wanted to talk about the firings last week, because something's up if you're firing your backup plan if Vince croaks. Because that's what George Barrios was. If Vince, for some reason, was unavailable or unable, he gets a heart attack, something kills him, George Barrios was the backup plan. And he's gone. You're flying without a safety net.
At the moment, they just have people in interim positions at this point now.
So your stock price goes from $67 to $40-something, whatever. Don't look at me. Look at Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer. I'm not here giving you news. I'm just here to react to it and make fun of it. But this is
dire
bad.
Times. Yeah, these are kind of dire times. If they did not have these big television deals and that big Saudi deal, they would
fucked.
be in so much. Yeah.
They would be fucked. Let's not say so much trouble, because they're in so much trouble now. They don't have Saudi Arabia and Fox. They're fucked.
Which is just, it's mad to think about, because we never thought we'd see WWE in this position again because of how big they've gotten. But, Titans can always fall.
And the focus is, let's fuck over the rest of the guys, when really the rest of the guys are trying to keep the business up. How fucking crazy is this? Oh, and the batshit billionaire is starting his own goddamn football league on Sunday. Or Saturday, sorry.
That's right. We're doing it on Saturday. God damn it.
If I'm an investor, I want to call for Vince's head at this point. Like, no, they're not concerned. Okay, they're concerned. Yeah, the money's down, but the concern isn't the money's down. The concern is what the fuck is the old bastard doing?
What's the long-term plan?
Is there a long-term plan? Because if we look at their storylines, they ain't had a fucking long-term plan in a long fucking time. Is there a long-term plan with the back end, with the front office, so to speak?
I honestly have no idea, and the best we can do is just wait for the situation to play out and see what happens.
Here's how I see it. I ain't hoping for shit. I'm like, what the? Someone get the popcorn. I want to see how they. You know, I hate to go back to dodgeball because it's the new hot meme, but. That's a bold strategy, Con. Let's see how if it pans out. Because that's literally all I could say at this point.
Yep, we all we can do is just sit back, look at the fire, and hope it doesn't burn too much.
At this point, I'm looking for any excuse to out the old man. That's what I'd be doing.
I'm sure there's been a lot of people in that company that have been waiting for a moment. Just any opportunity.
Just find someone to replace you and then get the fuck out of here.
Here's the one problem, though. What if the person who replaces Vince is somehow worse? I know it seems weird. I know it seems like an impossible thing, but never say that about business because there can always be someone worse.
I mean, look at Dixie Carter. I've heard a good example of that.
Always thought in my head that, the moment Vince is gone, Triple H then automatically just takes over. But after hearing that it'll be George Barrios.
This is simply because here's the thing. From a creative, in-ring, on television point of view, yes, Vince is gone. Triple H is essentially running the show as far as what goes on screen. The big concern isn't what goes on screen. It's the front office. It's the management. It's the people who make sure the shit runs.
And I have no idea, now that George Barrios is gone, if Vince were someone to handle him, what would happen then? Would the person that takes over now really be up to the task?
So, all I could say is, shrug. What the fuck is going on?
Let's move on to our next story. Let's move on to our next story, which is, oh boy, we got an arrest. We have an arrest.
Oh no.
Money, 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 money.
No. I have not.
Ladies and gentlemen, the son of Ted DiBiase, no, not Ted DiBiase Jr., but Brett DiBiase was arrested along with 5 or 6 other people, a part of a huge embezzlement scheme.
No, whoa, okay, this is the first time I'm hearing of that.
Oh, I saw this all over the internet. It was everywhere. There were, let me see if I can find the story officially so I can read this, because there's...
Okay, I'll be honest, I've been running around all week, so I might have missed this. I'll admit to missing this, but...
This was reported yesterday.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I was out all day yesterday. Okay, so I did miss
Special agents from the Office State Auditor Shad White have arrested John Davis, the former director of Mississippi Department of Human Services, former DHS employee Latimer Smith, Dr. Nancy New, owner and director of the Mississippi Community Education Center, and New Learning Incorporated, Zach New, assistant executive director of MCEC, and McGrew, accountant for MCEC, and Brett DiBiase in connection with a multi-million-dollar embezzlement scheme. These indictments include a range of violations involving fraud and embezzlement.
God damn, multi-million dollars?
Yeah. And this is government people that were doing this. They got this is huge.
Oh. This is striking close to home. I'm not going to go into too much detail because there is a lot of personal stuff, but we know of people who were involved in trying to skim money from the government. and they got found out as well.
Let's see. This is
like 5-6 years ago. So this is new.
This is just oof. Let's see.
Wow.
Auditors concluded after an 8-month investigation that the accused conspired to illegally obtain millions in public funds from the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program administered by the DHS. Defendants used a variety of business entities and schemes to defraud the taxpayers. Fuck. What the hell's wrong with you, Brett DiBiase?
Damn.
You know who's really loving this year?
Who?
David Flair. Watching all these second and third generation Bill Scorp, he's like, finally, I'm not the worst.
Wait, what the fuck did David Flair do to be like that? What did he do?
Did you miss his run in WCW and WWE?
I mean, besides from that.
Do I need to name anything else? Do I need to show you his god-awful Titantron?
T-Dub, I mean, besides that. I know of that shitty Titantron. It's a fucking meme, for God's sakes. I'm talking besides that.
There is anything else, but there doesn't need to be.
So basically, David Flair is a shit wrestler, but a good human being. Okay. Everyone else, decent wrestlers, shit human beings. Okay. Gotcha. Generalization. At this point, I'm pissing everybody off tonight. What the fuck?
It's weird how wrestling works sometimes, but yes, Brett DiBiase arrested. Huge government scheme. Just what the fuck is even the world today?
What is... I got nothing.
By the way, up until yesterday, I did not know Brett DiBiase even existed.
I know. Well, I knew of Brett DiBiase because I believe he and Ted Jr. were trying to be wrestlers back in the day. Good Lord, I feel old. But at the same time, I'm like, wait. So basically, he's just a regular civilian now. Okay, cool. And then now he fucked up.
He's going to prison. Hard. Either he's going to prison or he's going to have to do some... He better crack a good deal.
Oh, trust me.
Get IRS.
Trust me.
He better get IRS in there.
As someone who is aware of that type of shit, he's going to federal pound you in the ass prison.
You better get himself IRS on the phone. Get him in there.
No. IRS is going to fuck him over.
Oh, yeah, because he's a tax cheat.
Yep.
Moving on. Of course, we had Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley being pretty much advertised for Mania building up.
Yeah, at this point, it's that. Yeah. Which answered the question we had last week, which is nice.
Yeah. So, actually using the Royal Rumble spot to prop up NXT, very nice, because they could definitely use it because for like, what is this, the 6th, 7th week in a row that they lost?
Yeah, this is bad. Lost in the demos. Obviously, both shows were hurt by the Democratic debates over and the politics.
No, AEW was not hurt at all. They were over 900,000.
Apparently, from what I read, they could have had more. They could have hit 1 million.
They could always, but they did, fans. They did more this week than last week.
No. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying they could have had even more. They were quote unquote hurt, but no. This was a holy shit kind of week for AEW, obviously. I mean, let's talk about the main event segment. Hold
on, there's other things to talk about before we get to the main event segment. Okay. You know, I sort of have an order to my news here that I like to go with. So yeah, Charlotte versus Ripley. They had an excellent segment this week with Bianca Belair, and in the end, a little bit of solidarity with NXT before the build-up for the NXT Championship match at TakeOver between Ripley and Belair, which I cannot wait for now.
Which, by the way, if I'm Hunter and Vince, that's when you get Charlotte Flair to show up right at the end of that match. I want your belt. Woo!
No, what I do is
that's how you set it up.
As soon as Ripley, who I assume is going to win the match, as soon as the bell rings, out of the crowd goes Charlotte, boot to the face, stands tall.
Point at WrestleMania sign.
Of course, got points.
Because you have to. Because you fucking have to.
I heard that someone said that they're not contractually obligated to point at the sign, and yet everyone points.
Ask Vince McMahon about that.
You're gonna point at the sign, and you're gonna like it, damn it.
Damn it, boy, it's WrestleMania season. Point harder.
And speaking of WrestleMania season, someone made the perfect return to for WrestleMania season, and that is the Velveteen Dream.
Oh, I fucking love that segment, by the way. Velveteen Dream. No, Velveteen King.
It's so good to see him back.
It's good to see him back. Also, that was a softball reference from WWE.
Yes, it was.
I've been watching this stuff, believe me. I know what Bailey Billionaire is.
So I'd like to make a prediction right now. It's one thing that I talked about with a coworker, and we both agreed on this. Velveteen Dream is going to be the next NXT. He's going to beat Adam Cole. He's going to be the one to do it. And it makes sense because he's had a long history with the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
They're the ones that took him out. So what better comeuppance than him taking the final piece of their what were they calling it?
Prophecy. Their prophecy.
So they're going to lose the tag titles at TakeOver.
So you think Roser waits to get the belts?
Yep. And then all that's left is Adam Cole with the NXT title. They're going to get super paranoid. Every member of the NXT era is going to do everything in their power to try to keep Velveteen Dream from doing so, but he's going to overcome the odds. He's going to do it. It's going to be a big emotional victory, and Adam Cole's going to be crying on the ramp because, of course, he is.
WrestleMania?
Either WrestleMania or whatever takeovers.
Or the weekend,
if
yeah,
they're still
obviously.
doing that. Like if they're still doing a take.
Mm-hmm. I would say if they're doing takeover in Portland in February, I would say, you know, if there isn't a takeover, or if the takeover takes over the Friday slot on you know, instead of the wrestlers wrestling, the SmackDown wrestlers, the main roster wrestlers wrestling on the final Friday night SmackDown, the go home SmackDown, turn SmackDown into takeover, that would be a good spot to do it.
Oh, wow, that could actually be nice.
I mean, this is, you know, fantasy booking / thinking about it, but I'm fairly certain once they roll into Tampa, there a lot of the people who are on the WrestleMania card or on the main roster are not going to want to wrestle on the Friday before the big fucking show. I'm assuming they're in Tampa, a lot of NXT wrestlers, you may as well do it a free takeover on Fox, in a sense.
Get a little bit of nice advertising, get people warmed up for WrestleMania.
And it's the SmackDown set with the pyro and everything else. You got Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and special guest announcer Mauro Ranallo, because God damn it, we need Mauro Ranallo on Fox, and you all know it.
No, it's Michael Cole, Mauro Ranallo, and Byron Saxton. There you go. Take Corey Graves out of there.
I'm gonna say, fuck Byron Saxton. Though he you know, he's actually, there is proof positive that Byron Saxton isn't that bad. Why? Watch Raw. Jerry Lawler is there.
Also, we don't need Corey Graves near Mauro Ranallo. Keep him away.
Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad point. Okay, Nigel McGuinness, maybe.
All right.
Fair deal? Fair deal. Okay.
Yep.
But you do a couple of matches here and there. You got the NXT title there. You got the North American title, whatever you want to do. But the main event is the NXT heavyweight title, Cole, Velveteen Dream. That's night 1. Night 2, Saturday, Hall of Fame. Night 3, the longest mania that ever maniaed. Whatever. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know what the schedule is like. I'm just saying it.
We'll find out in the coming months, I'm sure.
Of course.
Speaking of bloated roster and signings, WWE this week signed Killer Cross.
Yay! Good for him. Since he he did pretty much fall out of the graces of Impact Wrestling, if you want to call them the graces. So it's nice to see he landed somewhere.
And hope he does well in NXT or wherever they utilize him. Don't screw him up, WWE. Don't do it.
What is there to screw up, though? There's not much to screw up. Not to say he's bad. I'm just saying, well, it's Killer Cross. I mean, it's going to be very hard to fuck up that.
How many times have we said that about WWE?
Yeah, I just jinxed it, didn't I?
Well, we'll know who today if he ends up becoming the world's most worthless jobber. I mean, we thought they couldn't screw up EC3, and yet...
Oh, Jesus. They found ways to fuck... They have found new and entertaining ways to fuck that up. Oh, my God.
So, best of luck, Killer Cross. At the very least, he gets to work with his girlfriend, which is always...
That is... You know what? That's a bonus. It's always a bonus.
All right, moving on over to All Elite Wrestling, the first big news to come out of the week was the fact that Awesome Kong was written out of television on this week's edition of Dark, so that way she can go off and feel more glow.
Yeah, essentially, Dr. Luther, and the lady, basically they beat up Awesome Kong, so she's out. And going into this week and the main event slot, Brandy Rhodes babyface again?
I think that was just to emphasize how important this segment was, that Brandy was like, okay, for this segment, I'm just going to be there for my man. But I don't think this is the end. I don't think this is the absolute end of the Nightmare Collective because Luther and Mel are still together.
True.
We'll have to wait and see going forward. Next note to have is Hangman, magical alcohol.
I saw your tweet. I saw the thing, and I'm like, how in the hell did you pull... Merch freak.
More like beer freak in his case.
Yeah, booze freak.
So for those who didn't watch the segment...
Yeah, good luck following this. My God, how do you explain that?
All right, I can perfectly. So
the
Young Bucks are backstage with Hangman. They're angry at him. Matt Jackson goes, all right, what's your problem? You know what? We know what your problem is. He takes the beer cup out of Hangman's hand and they walk off angry. Then Hangman just stares off really angrily and just brings up a pitcher of beer and starts drinking it from out of nowhere.
It was probably on a table off screen, but my God.
Or there's always a stagehand.
There's always someone going
because
there.
You notice they zoomed in before he pulled up the pitcher. So they could have easily zoomed in, have somebody very quietly walk in, hand him the pitcher. And here's the best part. He did not look down at all. He just kept looking forward, picked up the pitcher, and just started drinking it. That's what really made it awesome. He didn't even need to look down. What's weird is this whole alcoholic gimmick is getting him over as a babyface.
It is. He's literally got a shirt saying, "Hold my beer" on it.
Also, during the Elite's entrance this week, the special graphic for Hangman was, not a fan of this music. So I guess that's sad, because I like being the Elite intro theme. It's catchy.
It is.
Also, we got news that next week we'll be seeing Riho versus Nyla Rose for the AEW Women's World Title, as well as SCU versus Omega and Hangman.
And this was beautifully set up because Pac wanted his rubber match, and they're going to have that rubber match at Revolution. 30-minute Iron Man.
No, that's not happening at Revolution. That's the go-home show.
Oh, wow. You would think Pac versus Kenny Omega would be pay-per-view.
They might already have enough matches on pay-per-view. They don't want to run long.
Fair enough.
Either that or maybe, Kenny and Heyman will retain against SCU and then go on to defend their titles against the winners of the Tag Team Battle Royal, which will be happening, I think, in 2.
Fair enough.
And, of course, let's get to the main event of this week's Dynamite. One of the best segments we've had in a while, the 10 Lashes for Cody, which lasted for, appropriately, 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes, and the longest 10 minutes, to the point where I was literally angry at looking at my screen, but not pissed off because this segment was bad, but pissed off because, good Lord, fuck you, Bede, fuck him up, Cody, fuck him up. When's the last time I felt that? Jesus Christ.
They did segment, a really great. Lord. they did a great job of really getting you into the segment, because first you had all the heels on stage watching and enjoying this. Then then slowly but surely, babyface started coming out first. I believe it was Dustin. It was Arn Anderson.
It was
He the
Arn,
first one to
then
come out.
Dustin, then the Bucks.
Then the Bucks, and then Cody went down after the ninth one. It looked like he wasn't going to get back up, but then out came Brandy. She gave him the motivation. He got back up. Wham! There's the 10th one. MJF looked super pissed because he did not think that Cody was going to take all 10 lashes. Crowd is going insane.
I love the story of this, because MJF's landing him. He's enjoying it, but his intent was, I'm going to wrestle you, but you're going to have to do this list of impossible things just to get to me, just so he doesn't have to face Cody and get his comeuppance. It's beautiful storytelling is what it is.
It's beautiful, and it's simple.
Simple, effective. I mean, it's obvious. It obviously hurts like a bitch if you're Cody Rhodes, but
yeah, did you see his back? Jesus Christ,
Jesus! But
that
now
was
MJF,
just brutal.
MJF is going to find a way. We'll try to weasel his way out by saying, "Well, you got to beat Wardlow, or you got to stay in the cage, or you got to do this." But Cody will prevail, and all he's got to do is stay away from MJF for an X amount for another few weeks.
I know exactly. I can already think of a spot in the cage match where Cody's going to try to go out the door, but who's going to stand right in his way? MJF. He's going to stand right in the doorway. And I guarantee you, the place is going to go mad with heat during that exact moment.
And MJF, this guy's what, 24 now?
I think so, somewhere around there.
This guy, uncanny at getting the heat. Good Lord.
Also, hello, Toxic Turtley Top. He says Christian is greater than Edge. Well, I guess everyone has their opinion. I view them both equally, as they're both Hall of Famers in my eyes, and they should both be celebrated as absolute icons of professional wrestling.
They're both good. That's why they were a tag team together for all this time.
And I really wish Christian got more credit in WWE for being the main event star that he could have been. That he was able to show off.
Just put him in the Hall of Fame already. He's earned it.
Well, there's rumors saying that he might try to come back, but wait and see what happens there.
I mean, let's put it this way. Edge had the more catastrophic injury that forced him to end it. So, I mean, at this point, it is up to Christian.
Yeah, that it is. And according to rumors, one of the reasons he was able to come back is because he went to Colombia and did that stem cell gimmick.
And it obviously worked.
Let's see, moving on. What do I got here? The main takeaway from this week's NWA Power is growing friction between Thunder Rosa and Melina and Marty.
They're going to build a match towards that, obviously, for the Crockett Cup in April. But that's... by the way, what do you think of the new theme song?
I prefer the old one because it fit the mood better.
Yeah.
Like, when I think of NWA, I don't think of groove metal. That doesn't go with the aesthetic. Like power, like that classic glam metal, yes, that works because like I know Pantera's from the 80s, but it just I don't know, just something about the heaviness of it just doesn't work with NWA. I get they're matching the era with music from the era, and that's fair play, but I mean I get it. Pantera, not a bad choice. I don't think I don't think neither of us will knock the choice. It's Pantera, but I'm with you. I'm like, Into the Fire just made more sense. It was the perfect song.
It was, yeah.
Like, I don't think they're ever going to top that.
It could be a rights thing for all I know, but yeah, I don't know. I'm with you. I think Into the Fire was better. Not knocking the new song. It's not bad, but it's not Into the Fire.
You know who is going into the fire? Jim Cornette, as he is just burning every bridge available to him.
What? Oh, I know of this. He and Dave Meltzer. Jesus Christ, I must have gained 2 pounds in popcorn consumption over that Twitter feud.
So the main beef was Jim Cornette saying that Kenny Omega is killing the wrestling business, and Dave Meltzer going, look at these numbers, they say otherwise.
And James E.
he's doing good. He's
Cornette
helping.
not liking the fact that he was proven wrong again.
Yeah, because Dave Meltzer wasn't even saying that you have to like his style, but he's just saying, objectively, it draws money. Just objectively, he's not hurting the business. Just looking at things from a neutral point of view. You don't have to love him. You don't have to hate him. Just look at things just calling it right down the middle. Kenny Omega is not hurting the business. He's not. He's not.
Trying to help it.
And Jim Cornette just won't accept this. That's just, he can't fathom how he's not hurting, Kenny Omega could not be hurting the business. In his mind, Kenny Omega is driving the final nail into the coffin known as professional wrestling. And he just cannot see otherwise. He cannot see beyond that very narrow point of view that he has. And it is annoying to see someone who claims to have such an open mind in the real world, but when it comes to professional wrestling, they cannot have a more closed off one.
So we're in agreement. Fuck James E. Cornette.
And I'd like to make a very bold claim right now. Jim Cornette, Vince Russo, different side, same.
You're not wrong. They have differing opinions, but they're on the same goddamn side.
And to Toxic Turtley Top, we discussed.
We did talk about that a little earlier in the show, actually.
Yeah, but if you were not here, let's just summarize and say we have no idea. All we can do is sit back and watch in our absolute confusement.
Yeah. Pretty much.
However, afterwards, if you'd like to hear our more detailed thoughts, you will be able to listen to our
video. It will be available tomorrow, and it's available as soon as we're off the air here on Twitch. So there you go.
Last week, one of the greatest possible matches was announced, and then it was hyped up with the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure style package.
I saw that, and I went, good Lord, it fits so goddamn well.
That is Orange Cassidy versus Minoru Suzuki for Joey Janela's Spring Break this.
Tampa is not going to make WrestleMania, by the way. It's not going to happen. The minute Minoru and the minute Suzuki and Cassidy touch, big boom.
I might have to find a way to watch that show.
I believe it. I think they're. If we go by what they did last year, it'll more than likely be on Fight TV on the Fight app.
More likely than not, Fight app seems to be getting a lot of wrestling attention.
I put my money down on that.
Oh, then Devin there with another great Simpsons reference. Jim Cornette. I used to be with it, then they changed what it was, and now it's scary. It happened to me, and it'll happen to you.
I like the I like the Seymour Skinner one though, the Principal Skinner one. Am I out of touch? No, it's the children are out of touch. Kenny Omega's out of touch, dagnabbit. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Toxic Trolley Top says Chris Sabin versus AJ Styles for WWE title WrestleMania Dream Match. Yes, it would be. Of course, first awesome. They have to try to get him into the building. First, they have to get him into the promotion. But yeah, that would be a very awesome match.
I mean, my dream match would be Daniels, Joe, and Styles at WrestleMania, but one of them's working for the competitor, so good luck with that.
Agreed. Let's see. And of course, the final bit of news tonight. Southpaw Regional Wrestling DLC is finally out for 2K20, and it is as cheesy as I thought it was.
Oh, it's so awesome. I watched a couple of streams on Twitch of them playing the DLC. Good Lord, folks. If you have it, get it.
Unfortunately, no Lance Catamaran. No
Chet Cheddarfield.
No Chet Cheddarfield. Obviously, no Clint Bobsky. There's still... We at least got Mr. McElroy, and we got Renee Young doing a Southern accent.
Yep.
So that's entertaining. And overall, they play up the cheesy 80ness to the max level. So if you're into that, you'll be into this DLC. And they added with this DLC, they
Pretty
also
much, they have a lot. They have a lot of the big WWE stars with like 80 with Southpaw-ified gimmicks. I mentioned a couple of them with Bailey Billionaire, the Velveteen King.
There's also Das Vidania, Georgia Washington.
Yeah.
Let's see, Sasha Memory Banks. Let's see. I'm just going off the top.
Yeah. No prizes for guessing who that one is.
Yeah, I'm just going off the top of my head. They also have Misfit Molly.
Yeah.
Not Molly Holly, by the way.
The man, Becky Lynch, Misfit Molly.
Let's see, and they have quite a few other ones there, and they're very cheesy gimmicks. The Iconics are in there as Heather and other Heather. And they essentially play Valley Girls. So yeah, it's cheesiness. And before this DLC was released, they also released a free patch update to fix a whole bunch more glitches. So if nothing else, I can give these developers effort for fixing more glitches than Bethesda seems to.
Chris Sabin, I think I talked to Charlie Top. Wait, isn't Sabin retired or injured?
No, he's actually going to be wrestling for the one night only TNA show, if I'm correct.
I believe that's what it is. They're doing a one night old school TNA show, and Chris Sabin is on that show. He is booked to be there.
So yeah, he is not retired, not injured. He is just apparently either WWE's not interested or he's not interested. And at this point, he's kind of old, and he doesn't quite have the star power that AJ Styles had to justify signing him, really. So I think that he's not really WWE bound by this point in his career. Although, when it comes to this DLC...
Okay.
No, I was about to go back to the DLC topic. You put the final nail on this one.
I mean, the arenas look amazing. Which one is? There's one that's literally the ring is in the pool.
Yeah, that's the main one.
Oh, I like that.
I haven't seen what the other arena is yet, but yeah, the one that they have that looks like the old WWE Spring Break gimmick. Yeah, it looks really nice. Although I would have also liked an old school TV set, kind of like NWA Power.
Yeah,
that would have been more fit.
You know, it's amazing. Impact did a better job doing a Southpaw-esque arena than 2K.
Well, 2K, they wanted to make it, a mixture of like the old mid-South 70s stuff with the 90s WCW stuff, which is kind of an odd mix, but nevertheless,
odd mix. But at the same time, I think they have to WWE-ify it for to make it doable in the arena creator, I guess.
You want to do what? A TV studio? Who the fuck would watch that? God damn it!
Billy Corgan raises his hand, and he's
who
not
the
wrong.
Fuck is Billy Corgan?
What the fuck is a Billy Corgan? And what the fuck is he smashing pumpkins for?
Why is the world a vampire? I don't get it.
What the hell is he doing in a goddamn cage with a rat?
And
hey, Rowan, that's a hell of a gimmick.
Also, too, Toxic No Impact is at this point is not in any Toxic video game deal. What we were referencing previously,
they had a game. They had a game. That's pretty much what we can say.
Anyways, what we were referencing previously was their sort of old school special they did for last Thanksgiving.
Yeah, last Thanksgiving they had basically Impact's version of Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
And overall, it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, be sure to check that out. I would say look up Impact's Twitch, but as far as I can tell, that might still be.
But no, it's back up.
Okay.
It is back up.
So they might have that it might be up there.
It could. I don't know if it's up there or not, but if it is, do check it out.
If not, it might be on their YouTube channel. It's somewhere.
They have clips. There will be clips. Believe me, there will be clips.
Anyways, that is all the news I have tonight.
Sally Callahan as a parody of James E. Cornette is worth the price of admission. Believe me. We don't have any emails, and we're already over time on what we want to talk about. You stretched, my buddy, my friend. You stretched. But there was a lot to talk about.
Had a lot of news.
Yeah. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, you can we're gonna just skip. We don't have an email, so all I can say is that's it. We thank you very much, but if you do want to send emails or comments or whatever you want to do, you can just send them at thewrestlecast@gmail.com. That being said, we're gonna come back. We're gonna take a 30-second actual pre-roll break, and then take a couple minutes beyond that. And we'll be right back with a preview of New Japan's New Beginning in Osaka. And we get to talk about that match when we come back. Don't go far.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
These newfangled video games are too hard. Hello, boys and girls. This is the national treasure and the world's champion, Nick Aldis, and I'm here to announce that the NWA is coming to WrestleMania Wrestling. Stars like myself, Colt Cabana, the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol. Hey, do you want a challenge for the 10 pounds of gold? Well, you can, buddy, in WrestleMania Wrestling. Coming to the PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. I'm going retro. Retromania Wrestling. Coming in 2020.
This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
Come on. Where you at? Come on, jump. What's up, Joe? Jump forward. Get back here. Come on, man. You wanna call me a boy? Come on. Come on. Hey, like that, huh? Say anything about you. You don't talk. You don't talk. You call me boy? You're just jealous of my boyish good looks. And I know that. Don't be jealous because I'm pretty, baby. Go! Hey, go! Hey, go! 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 Oh my God! Choke! Choke!
Back here on the Wrestle Cast, RVT Entertainment Production, BrokenInfinite.com, PowerMad.com, YouTube, live on Twitch.tv/RVT Entertainment. Matty and TWK here with you. And you're wondering, what the fuck was that? That was, well, New Japan posts post-match thoughts, interviews on their YouTube, and that's what that was. That was Minoru Suzuki and Jon Moxley getting into slaps. Minoru trying to choke Moxley, and Moxley breaking it up and kissing Minoru Suzuki's forehead.
All right, see you on the 8th.
This is... and it obviously infuriated it even more. And then, of course, Moxley gets Suzuki in another choke. I saw this, and I'm like... They know they don't have to hype this more than they have to now. This is literally, they're fucking around at that point. They know they got the money. I saw this and I'm like, God damn, the 8th cannot get here. Wait, when? Wait, that can't be the 8th. That's Sunday.
No, 9th. It's the 9th.
It's the 9th, yeah. Yeah, see you on Sunday, folks.
9.
Sunday. Ugh. Good Lord, I got a smile on my face. I wish I had a camera on for this. You could see the smile on my face listening to that clip.
All right, let's put this off no longer. Let's get to
let's do it. The New Beginning, they had the whole tour. They had the tour in Japan. They were in the U.S., and then it ends in Osaka. At Osaka Joe Hall, the big one that they usually just do the minion in. Oh, they're doing the whole damn kit and caboodle. And that clip's just a semi-main. We begin. So yeah, Osaka, Japan, new beginning. Let's get to it. They start with Hiroyoshi Tenzan, Satoshi Kojima, Yuji Nagata, and Manabu Nakanishi taking on Tomoaki Honma, Togi Makabe, Toei Henare, and Yusuke Taguchi. It's an 8-man tag.
I expect Nakanishi to take the pinfall loss because he is currently on his retirement tour.
He's on his retirement tour, and obviously since Taguchi's involved, baseball shenanigans.
Of course.
By the way, in one of the tour Road 2 shows in Korakuen Hall, yeah, it happened. Toru Yano got the 6-man tag belts. He stole them.
Well, that seems very much in line. In fact, I'm surprised he knew it sooner.
I know, right? And it's crazy because I don't see him on the card anywhere, but hey, you never know. Card is subject to change. Match number 2, Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship of the IWGP. Roppongi 3K, they're defending against Yoshinobu Kanemaru and El Desperado.
This is their first defense, so I would say they retain. But then again, this is attack.
This is Suzuki-gun. This is Suzuki-gun.
And these are tag belts, so who knows?
Who knows? 8-man tag. Kota, I'm gonna hurt myself for Bushi. Well, let's not lie to each other. He has 2 modes. Nice and oh God, are you okay? Kota Ibushi and Hiroshi Tanahashi, David Finlay, and Juice Robinson taking on Bullet Club's Chase Owens, Yujiro. I don't even tell you who's taking the pin on that one, sadly. Chase Owens, Yujiro Takahashi, and God, G-O-D, Tonga, and Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga. It's an 8-man tag.
Well, good to see Kota Ibushi back in fighting form. He was very gravely ill last week.
He was hurt.
Not so much hurt, but diseased.
Disease. He had a real bad case of the flu. Real bad case of the fucking cold.
Yeah, it was really terrible, and I'm glad to see that he's recovered.
He's made it. He's passed through. So we'll see. And Chase Owens is in there. So sorry, buddy.
Yeah, he's probably getting pinned.
Yeah. Chaos, that's Okada and Ospreay. That's a hell of a tag team. They're taking on Tai Chi and Zack Sabre Jr. in a tag match.
I would actually say it might be possible for Sabre Jr. to pin Okada.
Move him up on the ranks. Makes sense. Jay White versus Sonata.
I would say Sonata to win, to move him up the ranks.
See, I'm conflicted on this one. What you're saying makes sense, and that's what I'm calling, but you're kind of on the rebuild on both Ibushi and Jay White. I think it makes sense to either one to win, but I think the match to build up is Sonata versus Tetsuya Naito, so yeah, building up Sonata makes sense in that case.
Well,
at least going into the tournament, at least going into the New Japan Cup.
Yeah, which is coming up next month, I believe.
Yep. February's going to be fucking loaded, by the way. I don't know if you noticed.
Tiny bit.
Yeah. Hiromu Takahashi versus Ryu Lee Junior Heavyweight Championship. Hiromu is the champ.
And I expect him to retain here and build upon his legacy as the new ace of the division.
Because that's pretty much what he is now, folks. Moxley, IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. The challenger, Minoru Old Man Murder Grandpa Suzuki. The champion, John I'ma fuck up the murder Grandpa Moxley. Actually, no, the nickname should be Minoru I'm gonna fuck up Moxley Suzuki versus John I'm gonna fuck up Suzuki Moxley.
Also, hello, Newman Co. Good for you to join us, as well as Evil Red.
Aboard.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome aboard.
Whoever loses this match, we win.
Yeah. No. Whoever who wins, we do. Period. It doesn't matter. This is the match John Moxley wanted ever since he started with New Japan. Like, this is the match. And Minoru Suzuki is like, okay, fuck it, I'll fuck up anybody. So, roof flies off. That's the only thing else. Destruction. Stuff will happen and minds will be blown. I'm afraid I'm overhyping this match too much, though, T-Dub.
Only slightly. I'm sure it'll be fantastic, and I honestly would not be angry if Suzuki won. Not at all.
No. I could see that happening. How much heat can Minoru Suzuki get in the States? It's Minoru Suzuki. He'll find a way. And in the main event, speaking of fucking heat, double championships, IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championships on the line. The double champion Naito, he defends his first defense. The most hated man in all of Japan, of all of Japanese wrestling, Kenta.
Well, it's his first heavyweight title defense, second Intercontinental title defense.
He ain't losing.
Nope, I don't expect him to lose here.
But Kenta will make it look goddamn close.
If only the Intercontinental title was on the line, then I could have seen him losing. But with the heavyweight title on the line, no.
No, this will be... Oh boy.
I'm sure they're going to make it look like he could lose. I'm sure they're going to sell us on it, like with all the Bullet Club interference and all that.
Oh yeah, and Kenta himself will do fantastic in this match. I have no doubt, but this is Naito's match to win here. This is to make Naito look, especially in Osaka, which is traditionally not a Naito town. You want to make sure it's a Naito town? Yeah. Put the guy from Noah and NXT in there. That's gonna make it.
And maybe then, after Naito gets the victory, he can finally have that confetti that he's so well deserved.
Yeah, load up the goddamn confetti cannons, guys. Come on. We need the confetti.
And as soon as he's done celebrating, he's evil and Shingo lift him up on their shoulders. Sonata gives him the good thumbs up, thumbs down.
Oh, you're
joking, of course. That would never happen. What are you talking about?
T-Dub, are you calling it an evolution style betrayal?
Curse your son by inevitable betrayal.
T-Dub, no shame in calling this. Look, let's be honest here. We know they're going to build towards some kind of match one-on-one between Naito and Sonata. We know that. It's inevitable. Doesn't matter if it happens this or next year. Call it, man. Call it. No shame in calling it.
Calling it. Boom.
There you go.
Officially.
He's officially calling it that Naito and Sonata is going to happen, and Sonata's going to betray Naito officially. Done. Let's do winners and losers.
Boom. All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do losers. All right,
unfortunately, it has to be WWE for their poor financial record at the moment.
Yeah. Have a shit year creatively, have a shit year financially.
Yeah, it's taken a while for it to catch up to them, but it always catches up. It may take a while, but it always does.
That's just a reality right there. WWE, of course, just in general. Ruby Riott. Normally, a returning star, it's a winner. But she's being lumped into the whole love triangle gimmick. It's, literally it's Lana versus Liv Morgan. So yeah, they haven't gotten enough of that bullshit. Rusev and Bobo, they're banned, so they're fighting. Liv wins. Ruby comes out. They're all happy. It's a Riot Squad over again. Betrayal. And Lana's laughing her ass off, and I see that segment, and I'm going, fuck.
Can't you just move Lana to the background and just make it Ruby Riott versus Liv Morgan on its own?
Can we get it. We get it. Lana, you're fucking Bobby Lashley. Fine. Can we move the fuck on from this horse shit?
Didn't this storyline start out like in September or something? September, October?
No, this started in the summer with Maria Kanellis and Maria and Mike Kanellis.
No, the Rusev and Bobby Lashley stuff. Didn't that start like in September?
Yeah, but this was spun off of that. So this was earlier. By the way, congratulations to the Kanellises with their newborn child, by the way. That happened this week as well. Side winner right there.
Also, Devin also gives WWE a loser.
Can't blame you. And Snow, because I had to pick that shit up today.
Hey, it all paid off in the end.
I Snow blew the shit out of that for like 3 solid hours.
Was it worth it?
Funny thing. Let's get to the winners.
All right, winner this week for me is the Southpaw Regional Wrestling DLC, and the fact that developers of 2K20 were able to fix it way more than developers of Fallout 76, because even to this day, people are finding new ways to break that game, and I didn't think it was even possible. Like, I thought we were done with 76,
folks.
But just this week, they found a way to break it.
Folks. This is why you tune into the monastery. It's called The Bold and the Bitch Fezda. Yes, I am humming a sub song. Shut up. Moving on.
Will they ever find new ways? Will they ever stop finding new ways to break this game? Is what I'm wondering. Like,
why do you think we have a full fucking quartet this week, T-Dub? There's a reason. Bethesda found ways to fuck up 76.
Let's see.
Devin, the great winner is AEW, NXT, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, NWA Power, and me finishing my 6-part 1990 TMNT digital illustration project. Nice.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Congratulations. So
Matty,
more winners for the T-Dub. More winners. I'm sorry.
Okay, the winner of this week is... I'll have to give it to...
You had another winner.
I know I have one. It's in the back of my mind. This is why I should write these down. Damn it.
Cue cards, folks. Cue cards. They're worth it.
Well, I have a notepad app. I just don't... For some reason, I don't put my winners and losers on there.
Also, I do recycle these, by the way. I do my part.
Let's see. I guess the only other winner of this week is AEW and NXT for putting on banger shows.
No problem at all with that. For me, it starts, well, you mentioned, was it worth it? I want to start with my neighbor. So for a little known fact, I live in a house, so duh. But it's a semi-attached house. So it's basically 2 houses crammed into one big fat fucking building, stuck together. And essentially the thing...
States?
Huh? Sorry?
For all the United States viewers, we call those townhouses.
Yeah, basically, townhouses.
Just for everyone's...
So, and we have our neighbor in the townhouse, and we have like one big fat giant high, driveway. And of course, we have 15 centimeters and a whole lot of wind. So, obviously the snow plows pass not once but twice. And essentially, what happens is, I see the second snow plow pass. I'm like, fuck. I text my father, hey, can I use the snowblower? Because you're gonna thank me later. He says, okay, cool. Make sure there's gas in it. Do my part. 3 hours later, It's done, and I've obviously not only do I do our driveway, I do the neighbor's driveway because, he helps us out. He helps us out with the lawn care in the summer, so that's the arrangement. We're gonna help him out. Plus, the neighbor's side was way more fucked up because of the snow than our end. To be fair, I'm like, it'd be a dick move to leave it uncleaned. So I do my part, and just a little bit past after supper, the neighbor comes knocking at our door, and it says, "Hey, thank you for the snowblower." And it's like, and my dad goes, "No, that was my son. He volunteered." I was like, "Really? I owe you a hug." He gives me a hug, and I said, "Dude, I owe you a pizza." I'm like, "Okay, cool. What kind of toppings do you take?" He goes, "I'm just a regular pepperoni guy." Okay, cool. Cool. I sit down and I go back upstairs to my computer to set up for the show tonight. 1 hour later. Matt? Yeah? Come get your pizza. Wait, what? Neighbor's at the door with a medium pepperoni pizza. So, I was just doing my part. He's so thankful he buys me a pepperoni pizza. Okay. So a winner happens to be my neighbor. Anyway. So good deeds, folks. Folks, good deeds. Keep that in mind. Good deeds never go unpunished or unrewarded.
That and I just like doing good things sometimes just because it makes me feel good.
There you go. That being said, Randy Orton, one of my winners this week, his quote-unquote promo. Wow.
I don't need to say a word.
No, he just said, "I can't do this." And the anguish and everything else, perfection. He didn't have to say a word other than the words he spoke. He obviously wants to say, "Fuck you," why? Fuck you, that's why. But there's a part of us like, oh God, it's my friend and I fucked it up. But I want to be a heel. But I want to be a friend. But a heel. There's obvious shades of gray here, but at the same time, I did it because I wanted to fuck up careers because I'm the legend killer. And my buddy's a legend. There's regret in there, and it's awesome. And MJF and Cody, that segment went from uncomfortable to, oh God, you are buying that pay-per-view now. You don't even need the steel cage match now. You're going to have it because, of course, the stragglers are going to want it, but you don't need to sell it anymore. That segment sold the pay-per-view. On that segment alone, it sold it. That being said, TW, you got stuff, don't you?
Working on a new video at the moment, but tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. will be the debut of the newest season of VG Comms. Going to be tackling Judgment. So join me over at the VG Comms channel for that. Let me just put that link in the
link will be in the chat for those wondering, I'm assuming. And that being said, of course, if you want to check out T-Dub's newest or next video, just a little bit earlier before it hits the YouTube on the public side, you can subscribe to his Patreon, patreon.com/TWK reviews. And of course, my tip jar, paypal.me/MattyJ316. You can follow us on Twitter at MattyJ316 and at TWK official. I'm on Instagram as well, MattyJ316. It's a thing. We have merch, streamlabs.com/RVT Entertainment/merch. Buy the stuff. We have shirts, mugs, all that stuff. Buy the merch. And our emails, thewrestlecast@gmail.com. Another winner we need to, I forgot another winner. Team 4-Star. This week, they've called it. They're done with DBZ Abridged, as it is. It's sad to see it go, but thank you for the memories, guys, and the memes.
Yeah, I don't blame them at all. When you see how much burnout they're already having during the last season, and the fact that they honestly couldn't have ended it better than they did. They couldn't have.
A lot of people are throwing shade at them, which, you know what, that's fair enough. You want to see what they could do with the Boo Saga, but really everyone makes fun of the Boo Saga. Be honest. We riffed the Boo Saga when it was on Toonami. You know, Dragon Ball Z Kai, we were riffing the shit out of it. So
parodying the Boo Saga would be the equivalent of trying to parody Final Fantasy 13. It's already been done before. All the jokes have been made. Like, what else could they have done, really? Like, after all these years.
And, you know, Evil Reverend, they ended on a good point. They ended on killing the Krillin kill count.
That's true.
That was the running, one of the running gags. That was the iconic running gag. So a lot of people say, so it's an abridging channel not being abridged, but I'm like, they got a Twitch channel. They got Machine Abridged.
That, and they do always have other anime they could do.
These guys are funny as hell. They're creative as hell. They're just ending the thing that got them to the dance. They're still going to talk about Dragon Ball. Let's be honest. They're still fans. They're just saying,
yeah, 100%.
This is closing the door on this one and moving on to the next one. Simple as that. So another winner to these guys. Stream 4-star, they're on Twitch. Well, there you go. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's high time we say goodbye. So thank you very much for tuning in and saying hi to us once again. On behalf of my good buddy TWK.
Until next time, this is TWK of TWK Reviews, telling you to work your gimmick!
My name is Matty Jay, reminding you to help professional wrestling support your independent promotion as soon as possible. Good Lord. Osaka Joe Hall, what's going to happen after that match? Yeah, probably the main event. Have a good one, have a safe one, we'll talk to you next week. There's another thing I need to say. Oh yeah! Bah! Everybody! Bah!
Come on! Where you at? Come on, jump! What's up, Joe, huh? Jump forward! What's up back here? Come on, man. You wanna call me a boy? Come on! Come on! Good night, everybody.